welcome to my channel Sew for Serenity, where I talk to you about my sewing journey, talk to you about my love for patterns, fabrics, dressmaking, and we have general sewing and life chit chat. So if that sounds of interest to you, please keep on watching. Welcome back to all my regular viewers, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy this vlog and consider subscribing. So welcome to this week's Friday Sews. It's the 13th of January today, and I'm really excited to film this vlog. It feels like, although I did a Friday Sews last week, it was the first one after Christmas and didn't do any in Vlogmas, and yeah, I just was really keen to get cracking with today. So first of all, what have I been sewing this week? Well, this week I have finished off my Brindelle and Twig, is it the pocket romper? And I made it in the fabric that I got from Blooming Fabrics as part of my Strike Sewies commitment, and I have finished it, and here it is. How cute is it? So the fabric is absolutely gorgeous. It's this splatter splash paint print, which is part of their Stranger Things collection or Hellfire Club collection. Oh, I've got a rogue thread there. So yeah, this pocket romper is very, very versatile. It can have no sleeves, short sleeves. It can be short, long trousers. Yeah, very versatile. So it can also have snaps underneath for nappy changes. Alice isn't in nappies anymore in the day, so I didn't put the snaps in. But they are really simple to do, and the instructions are absolutely fabulous. Really love this pattern, and I really, really enjoyed making this. So part of my New Year's resolutions, if you've watched that vlog, I'll put a link to it if you haven't, was to start enjoying my sews and taking them a bit slower. And I definitely did that with this. I first of all talk about this top stitching. So the top stitching on the neckband I'm so proud of. It's really, really straight, and I'm really happy with it. I don't usually top stitch the neckbands because I can never be bothered to change into Mariflex thread and all of that malarkey, but I did for this. I used a purple and the same button colour as the snaps, Mariflex thread. The same with the button placket. I'm really happy with my top stitching. It looks really neat and professional. What else did we do? Oh, the pockets are really cute as well. Alice loves pockets to put her dummy in, although she does need to stop using her dummy soon. I mean, yeah, I'm just really, really happy with it inside and out. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. The fabric itself, the jersey is so soft. It's so lovely, and even though it is printed, you don't really get that white coming through unless you really, really stretch it. So I think that's really, really good. The techniques were putting the snaps in and also these drawstrings here. And I wanted to talk to you about two products that I purchased in order to do this. So the first one was the drawstrings. So I didn't have any drawstrings, so I went onto Amazon and just got a pack of these pre-done drawstrings, and just in black. I think they do other colours, and they were £6 for 10. And if you see at the end, they've got these little clasps at the end, which you can, if you just twist it, the end comes out and you can trim it to the length that you want it to be, and then it just you fold it back over again at the length that you want it, and it's just a really neat finish to the end of your toggle. So they're really good, and I have set up a storefront within Amazon with all of the sewing related things that I purchase off Amazon. And I do try and shop locally as much as possible, and I do try and shop from independent shops, as you know, but some things you just can't get, and I just have to use Amazon. So I try and use it as least as possible, but I have got a storefront now where you can go and see these things I've purchased. I'll put the link in the Friday Sews notes, and if you purchase anything through that, I do get a small commission, which obviously goes towards supporting the channel. So they were the first things I wanted to talk to you about, and obviously I've put them in there, and you can see my little strings there that pull this in at the waist. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the clasp. So I didn't have any of the snaps, so I looked at buying the different kits, and this kit was really, when I researched it, this kit was the one that I thought was the best, and it was $14.99, and I've got, I think there's about 20 different colours, so there's most of them are in there, and then also I've still got packets of different colours here, like browns and things, but probably colours I'm not going to use, very, very light pinks. And you've also got a little pack of clips, and all the tools and instructions to make it. So you get that which puts the clasp on, you get spare parts, you get a screwdriver to change this, tweezers to pick out the snaps, and then you get the tool to make the hole to put the snap in. And they were so easy to make. The tool is really good. I did have some prim ones that were a bit too big and they were metal, and I really found them quite difficult to use, whereas these just went on so easily, and I'm pretty happy with how straight they are as well, and they just are really easy to pop open. And then obviously you can just climb into that, and yeah, works perfectly. So yeah, I was really happy with them, so I can't recommend them enough if you're looking for some snaps. And yeah, I just think while you've got children, snaps is a great way to, you know, close things and without having to bother with buttons. So I'm really happy with that. And then the finish is a roll up cuff, which I was a bit unsure of, but I have done it because actually it looks quite cool actually. Now I haven't got any pictures of her in this yet because I didn't want to send her to nursery in this. The one thing about this is she is just being potty trained, so I didn't want to make it difficult at school for her to get unchanged, whereas if she's with me at the weekend I can help her in and out of this. But yeah, I think it's a really gorgeous make, and I will get some photos and put them up. This fabric is still in stock, and they have it in white background as well, and they've got the contrasting Hellfire Club fabric as well. Really recommend that Brindle and Twig pattern. I'll link all the details in it. I think it goes up to age 6, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, really nice pattern. I'll put that to one side, and I've got a few scraps left over that I was going to try and make some pants with, but I don't know if it'll be enough, so that's going to be my scrap box for when I look at doing my pants. So what else have I been doing this week? Well, that's the only thing I managed to sew up this week, because as I say, I was taking it quite slow. I was in the office 3 days this week as well, so I was absolutely exhausted, and when I came home didn't really feel like doing much sewing, so I was just picking up little bits and doing small bits. But the other thing that I've been doing is I have received my fabric from UK Fabrics Online. So I've spoken to you about how I am brand ambassador for them, and the theme this month is navy. So I chose a navy suede, which I hadn't received when I shared that with you, but I've now got it. So it's this really super soft suede fabric. It's so lovely. Obviously smoother on the other side. It's more like a twill weave on the back, and then yeah, super soft on the front. So I've already cut this out, and I think if you'd watched my last Friday sews, I was undecided on the Logan Shacket, which I didn't have, and Modern Sewing Company work jacket, is it? Oh, I can't remember, but that was a boxy fit, and a short boxy fit, which I love, but I actually wanted this to be a long jacket, so I actually bit the bullet and purchased the Logan Shacket, which is here. And you'll be very proud of me. Obviously I'm trying to get more organised in my sewing. I had this lovely sewing project planner that Claire from Stitch and Sew gave me, I think for my birthday. And this Logan Shacket, I'm not going to put children's makes in here, I'm just going to put my makes. My Logan Shacket, I've already started to fill it all out with my measurements, what fabric, what notions. I have made some ideas and notes, so I was undecided on which, couldn't quite decide on what size to go for. I've actually ended up going for the size 12 because I'm a bit bigger at the moment, and it put me in a size 12 to 14 based on my bust. I think I was a 12, but based on my hips I'm a 14. But when I've had a look at it, there's 6 inches ease in the 12 and 8 inches ease in the 14, and what I decided to do was go and get my denim shirt. It's a ready-to-wear denim shirt, which is from River Island, and I absolutely love it. And even though I've put on a bit of weight, it still fits me nice. And I just held the pattern pieces up against that, and it looked more like the 12 would have been the one that I want to go for. Because obviously, if I do lose weight, I still want to be able to wear this and it not be absolutely massive. So I've decided on the 12, so hopefully that will work. And I decided to put all of my notes in here to keep myself really organised. So I need to put my fabric swatch in as well. And then I think when I'm finished, I'll put a photograph on it as well. So I've got a record of all my makes. So yeah, I'm being very organised. How long will this last? I don't know. Answers on a postcard. So the buttons I'm going to use for it are 2 options. Now these ones are ones that I got from a local haberdashery of mine. Now, the thing I love about these buttons is on one side they're like this, and then on the other side they're like this. So you could go a really funky mix match all the way down, which I think might be quite good. The only problem with these are, I think again, they're too big for my buttonhole foot. I have this habit of choosing really, really big buttons, but we'll see. So there's those ones, which I think will just look against that. Let me just hold them up so you can get a visual. Looks really nice. Or, just going to take one of these off. These are from Pigeon Wishes. These are quite big still, but they would fit on the foot. So these are the Pigeon Wishes ones. And if I just stick there, how about that? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, because it's quite dark, I want to pop a colour on it. So yeah, just undecided between those two at the moment. So I'm going to be sewing this up this evening. I've got a Zoom session with Sarah, who is the lovely lady who lives local to me that I met up with the first time at Sew Brum. She's Sarah Sews on Instagram. And yeah, we are going to have a Zoom session. She only lives around the corner, but it's difficult with having family. She's got a young family, I have. So we're just going to do it online and have a bit of a sewing session. We also... going off tangent a little bit, we also, the Social Studio, which is a sewing shop in Tamworth, which is quite local to me. I'll put all the details in below. I have done a fabric store tour of them as well. They are holding a new stock event at a local place near me and Sarah, which is an afternoon tea. Amazing, and we get to see the new spring summer stock as well, and get up to I think we get 10% off as well. So yeah, very, very excited about that. I think that's on the 5th of Feb. 5th of Feb, I think it is. I'll link all notes because I don't know if there's still tickets left if you're local. I'll put all the details in below. But yeah, we're both going to that, so that should be really exciting as well. So that's my Logan Shacket. The other thing that I've been doing is I have got my zero waste tier dress by BIRGITTA HELMERSSON. I have printed everything out. Well, when I say I've printed all the pattern pieces out, there aren't that many pattern pieces. There is this one and these little ones here, and then the rest of it is basically cutting plans. So I am due to cut that out this evening as well, or this afternoon, maybe if I get a chance off work, and all ready to go on that. And this is the fabric that I'm going to be using, this really nice Astral viscose that I got from viscose chalet that I got from Rainbow Fabric. So yeah, really, really looking forward to that challenge of the zero waste dress. So that's what I've been sewing this week. What have I been buying, or what have I been having delivered this week? That's what I'll talk to you about next. So for those of you that watched my goals video, I'll link it up here. I'm trying to be a bit more mindful when I'm buying fabric. I'm not on a fabric ban. I am just being very much more mindful and trying not to buy too much fabric because I've got quite a lot in my stash, as you know. Now, this fabric that I've had delivered has got a very, very long story to it, and I wanted to share it with you. So when I went to the Sewing for Pleasure show in October with Crystal and Claire, I saw this fabric on the Fabric Godmother stand and absolutely loved it. And it was £11 per half metre, so £22 a metre, which is a lot of money. It would have meant that I was only going to buy a metre of it, probably would make a Freya top with it, and it was almost like I wanted that fabric but don't want to spend the money on it, and actually it would look amazing in something like a dress or a jumpsuit or something like that. So I ummed and ahed about it and I didn't buy it. It's been in and out of my basket since I got back from that show, waiting for a sale, waiting for a remnant, and just it never came up. And yeah, I just can't get it out of my head. But obviously I was trying to be a lot more restrained, so I didn't do anything with it. So because I couldn't get this out of my head, I did look in other shops to see if they had it any cheaper, and they did have a Guthrie Ghani for £18 a metre, so £4 cheaper. However, it still was a lot of money. But then after Christmas, we got an email from Lauren at Guthrie, saying that there's a sale on. So I went on the sale, and lo and behold, this fabric was in the sale, and it was £11 a metre. Wow, much more affordable. So I put 2.5 metres in my basket because I was like, right, I can make myself a Sirocco, which is what I have in mind for this. And so yeah, it was just under 30 quid. But even then I was a bit like, oh, you're trying not to buy fabric, just leave it in your trolley. And this went on for about a week. And then guess what happened? Yeah, you're all shouting at me, aren't you? It sold out. Well, it didn't sell out. They only had 1.2 metres left in stock. And my heart just fell. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh no. So straight away I purchased the 1.2 metres. Insanity. Because I was just like, I need this fabric in my life. So yeah, then I was like, well, I can make a top with it. That'll be okay. But then I couldn't get this Sirocco out of my head. I'd already visualised it. It looked amazing. Oh. And so I emailed Guthrie and Garney and I said, I've just purchased 1.2 metres. I don't suppose there's any more left in stock, any remnants, or is there a little bit more left on the bowl? So they emailed me back and they said, good news, just check the bowl and there's 2 metres. Yes. So I was like, well, it's not 2.5, but 2 metres, I know I can get a Sirocco out 2 metres. I usually do a 3/4 length sleeve. So I thought, worst case scenario, it's non-directional, should be good, but worst case I can do short sleeves. Good to go. Very excited. So the fabric came this week and got my little letter, and it says 2 metres plus a little extra from the end of the bolt. Oh my God. So I thought, oh, a little bit extra. Perfect. It's 2.4 metres. Amazing. Yeah, so I ended up getting 2.4 metres for £22 basically, which is just amazing, isn't it? Which works out to be about £9 a metre. Now, if I'd gone for 2.5 metres at the £22, it would have cost me well over 50 quid. So I'm so happy. And now you want to see what the fabric's like now, don't you? Yes. So I think it's just a sign that from the universe that this fabric was not only A, destined to be in my stash, but B, destined to be a Sirocco. So here is the fabric. Are you ready? Oh! So it's navy stretch fabric, and it's got these, it says floral, but for me it looks leopard printy, but then it's got this gold lurex in it. And I think that is just going to look like an amazing Sirocco for the like parties. Oh yeah, just secret pyjamas, but going out secret pyjamas. And I just love it. I'm so happy that this is my stash. And actually, the painful process that I went through to get this fabric has meant it's a really special fabric for me. And yeah, I'm really excited to sew it up. So sorry about the long-winded story, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you that, yeah, it was always meant to be in my life. But I really feel now that I am being a lot more considered when I'm buying fabric. So yeah, that was a, a nice little story that I thought I'd share with you. What else have I had delivered? Well, the other thing that I've had delivered is a gift for Alice. Alice is 3 years old in February, 28th of Feb. And I want to make her something. And I've got to thank Tiffany from Who's Your Handmade. Check out her channel if you don't already, because she shared these panels on her Friday sews and she got them in the sale, and I think they're stunning. So I have gone away and purchased them. Now they're from, let me just have a look. They're for Moda, but they're Stacey Aest Hisu, and I'm probably saying that wrong, and it's from the Once Upon a Time collection. And they're basically these panels of a castle, and it makes up a book, a book that closes up. I'll put a picture in if I can find it on the internet. And you just sew up these panels, stuff it with toy stuff in, which I need to get some of actually. And then there's also, to go with it, the princess panel. The princesses themselves, so these turn into little dollies. You see that? Just stunning. And they fit inside the book, so I'm going to make that for her because I feel like it'll be quite a quick sew. you know, just right sides together and then stuff it and leave a little gap and it's done. Put the picture in so you can have a look, and yeah, that's going to be a little present for her birthday, so hopefully she'll really like that. She loves princesses and dollies and things, so yeah, I'm keen to make that up for her, and I'm trying to get well ahead of it and, you know, have it as a slow sew again. They were really hard to get hold of because they are American, so I got one from the Cotton Patch, which I'll put a link to, which I've never shopped from before, and I got the other one from eBay, but I couldn't get both from the same shop, so they were about £14 each. So they're not cheap, but yeah, I think it's a really nice little gift for Alice. So yeah, that is the other thing that I've had, and that is everything. The only other thing that I've had come this week is my Sew Hayley Jane, but I've got a Sew Hayley Jane video which I'll link up there, my unboxing, so you can see what the fabric is. So this week my plans are to get the Logan Shacket sewn up, cut out my zero waist dress, and hopefully get started on that. And yeah, that's my plans, and I'm going to enjoy the sewing. I'm going to keep organised. I have been keeping my sewing room as really tidy compared to how it was, and every night when I finish sewing, packing it all away, and it's made me feel much more motivated to come in to sew. So yeah, really happy with that. Oh, I forgot to tell you what I'm wearing. This is an old make. It's the Jaile, and I can't remember what the jumper's called, but it's by Jaile, and is it a free pattern? I think it's a free pattern, you know. And I made it in this soft like knitted fabric from Sew Me Sunshine, and it's really cozy and comfy and perfect for a winter's day. I will put the link to this pattern in the notes as well. But yeah, I'm starting to think I want to make another one of these. And yeah, so that's it from me. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and let me know what you've been up to sewing wise. Let me know what you think of my gorgeous fabric, and yeah, if you've liked this video, click the like button. If you don't subscribe, please click the subscribe button. So as I said, that's all from me for now. I'll see you all soon, and happy sewing. Bye.